Hey, Lotus Squad. Welcome back to Mistress Lotus Tarot TV. I hope you guys are doing well today. These messages are coming in hot and heavy, you guys. So I want to get right into it. But before I get into it, I want to discuss trauma and the signs that you have a trauma bond. And I'm also going to be going over ways that you can break this bond. Okay. Now, for the past 3 days, you guys, I've been hearing crows. Okay. And I literally heard these crows call over 100 times. And so something told me to pay attention to that. Now, we discussed the symbolism of crows, and I just want to touch on this real quick because the energies that I've been picking up on today and even for the past few weeks has been very heavy, okay? And the symbolism for the crow is not only prophecy, but it's about intuition, and for most cultures, it represents death. Now, that can be literal death or more metaphorical, more symbolic, referencing transformation from an ending into a new beginning. Now, I will say that it's not just one of these messages that are relevant. All of the above regarding the symbolism for this particular spirit animal is relevant. I've been getting a lot of waves of depression, anxiety, confusion, fear, stress. I've been seeing a lot going on, not only within my own community, but take a look at the world and the state that it's in currently. There's a lot that's going on, and I'm starting to see a lot more demonic activity taking place. And it seems to just only be ramping up as time progresses. Now, with that being said, the point that I'm trying to make by bringing that to your attention is you really need to use discernment more so now. People are getting desperate. People are feeling pressure. And with all of this fear, with all of this anxiety, this anger, feeling cooped up, it's only going to bring this energy more to a head. Now, I want to talk about 7 signs that you have a trauma bond. And it's interesting that we're talking about this specific topic today, especially with the current energies, because I feel like the people that we have been trauma bonded to in the past or are currently trauma bonded to still, even to those of you healing from said trauma bond, these things will be triggered. Okay. And through these triggers, it's all in how you respond. It's better to respond than it is to react, especially with tensions rising. People are getting angrier and angrier, more and more fearful. So at this time, not only do you need to use discernment, but make sure you are ending to any relationships to people past, present, and future that are toxic. Now, let's get into the 7 signs you have a trauma bond, okay? Now, when you're in an unhealthy relationship, the best and obvious thing for you to do is leave. But sometimes that's easier said than done. If you're in a trauma bond, therapists say it will make leaving that situation even harder. A trauma bond is an intense emotional bond people usually form as a result of a toxic or an abusive dynamic. Okay? Now, a past history of abuse or exposure to it can make a person more likely to form trauma bonds. For instance, people who experienced some form of neglect or abuse from childhood may normalize this behavior as an adult because it's what they learned. They've become conditioned to this type of dynamic. Now, trauma bonding includes the tendency for a person to connect with others based off of the needs of their own traumatic experiences. Because trauma involves some unmet emotional or psychological need, the relationship serves as a way to meet this need, even when it's not done so appropriately. It looks very dysfunctional and typically includes one or more forms of abuse. Now, these bonds aren't limited to romantic relationships. You can form a trauma bond with friends, family members, co-workers, and the list goes on. When you're in a trauma bond, you'll find yourself continually drawn to someone even though they cause you significant pain. Now, it's easy to mistake unconditional love for something more toxic, like a trauma bond. So here are 7 signs you may be in a trauma bond with a toxic person. Number 1, crumbs of love and affection make your day. When we find ourselves in relationships where we feel starved for love and support, small and rare instances of affection, what some call crumbs of love, can feel deceptively satisfying. If a toxic person typically belittles their partner, a compliment from them would feel meaningful and special. Now, this is called intermittent kindness. Now, the affection-starved partner would then hang on to these singular instances, hoping that they will experience them again. These little crumbs of affection keep you hooked. Number 2, there's a predator-prey dynamic in your relationship. A relationship built off of trauma bonds usually resemble a game of predator and prey. The predator, i.e., the abusive person, will intentionally seek out and exploit the vulnerable one's need for connection. Because of this, some form of abuse may be present in the relationship, such as psychological abuse, sexual abuse, mental abuse, verbal abuse, and or financial abuse as well. The abused person may or may not even be aware of the abuse, but they will maintain the relationship because they falsely think it satisfies their need for connection, no matter how unhealthy it is. Number 3, you secretly crave the drama your relationship provides. Now, this one's a little bit, it's a little bit of a hard pill to swallow for some that may hear this particular one, but it's what you need to hear. And more recent research shows that the bonding actually occurs because we can become addicted to the hormonal and emotional roller coaster our abuser has put us on, such as, someone that's addicted to alcohol or substances. It creates the same chemical imbalances that are produced in the brain of a drug addict. Now, even if you know the abuse is bad, the love and attention you get afterwards feels good to the point that it makes you forget. So your brain can get so used to this up and down emotional roller coaster that it starts craving it. The rush of the stress hormone cortisol and a flood of the feel-good chemical dopamine can trigger the reward center in our brain. And let's not forget, for the women out there that are sexually connected to their abuser, oxytocin also is released within the brain, which makes you emotionally imprint on the male even more so. Now, this rush is what can cause you to think you're in love with your abuser. And this is because when dopamine floods the brain, that's your reward center. So this is why when people ask, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just leave? That's why. It has a lot more to do with the human mind and the way that it's wired, the way that it functions, and the chemicals that are induced through abuse, drug use, so on and so forth. So, number 4, you feel like you cannot leave them. Okay. When you're in a trauma bond, you'll feel stuck in the relationship and won't see any way out of it. Every time you try to leave, you'll feel an intense longing to see that person again. Some of you guys may even experience guilt. The pain of that longing and that guilt will always bring you back. While it may be difficult, it could be worth it to speak to a professional, a counselor, a therapist, or loved ones to help you out of the relationship. Number 5, you worry about doing things that will set them off. If there's abuse involved, you may find yourself walking on eggshells. Now, one major sign of a trauma bond is worrying that you may do or say something to set them off. So even if you know this person is doing hurtful things to you, leaving is still difficult because you're afraid they may not only hurt you, but themselves, on top of the chemical imbalances that are influencing you. Now, number 6, you stay because you feel like your partner is the only one who can fulfill your needs. So this goes back to the chemicals that are released in the brain. It can really create a lot of illusions, you guys. Trauma bonding can feel like love because you're so attached to this person, regardless of what they do to you. The motivation for trauma is intended to serve the unmet need in the victim involved. So you're attached to this person that you feel like you can't get your needs met anywhere else. This is what I call the approval trap. Okay. You're validated by your partner's approval, and they do things to incite you to seek out their approval through methods such as gaslighting, flying monkeys, and the list goes on. Now, the final sign that you are in a trauma bond is number 7. You brush off their bad behavior, even if it causes others concern. Now, your friends and family may be disturbed by some things that your partner has said or done to you, but you don't think it's that big of a deal. Now, keep in mind, when I say your friends and family, I mean the healthy ones, right? Now, if people around you have mentioned that you need to get out of the relationship, but you ignore them or pretend not to know what they're talking about, you're likely in a trauma bond. Now, a person can break the cycle of trauma bonding by being honest with themselves and setting boundaries. Unfortunately, this is very difficult to do alone. So if you find yourself in a relationship that's based off of your own trauma, you should be diligent about trying to end that relationship and focus solely on working on yourself. Now, here are a few ways to break the trauma bond. Number 1, educate yourself. The more you understand trauma bonding and abusive relationships, the more you will be able to see your toxic relationship clearly. Educate yourself as much as you can on the topic. Okay. Number 2, get a therapist. Now, we covered this a little bit, a second ago, but getting a therapist who understands abuse, trauma bonding, CPTSD, that's what I have, attachment trauma, etc., can be extremely helpful as you pull away from an abusive relationship and focus on healing. A good therapist will not only help you leave the toxic relationship, but he or she can also help you understand and heal the original traumas that made you vulnerable to the abuser in the first place. Okay. Now, number 3. Now, this is the big one. Okay. We've seen a lot of this on these narcissism channels on this platform here. And that is number 3, go no contact. Going no contact is one of the quickest ways to help break a trauma bond. When you cut off your abuser entirely, you end the up and down cycle that created the trauma bond in the first place. At first, going no contact can feel incredibly difficult as your body is dealing with the drop of hormones associated with that person and the depletion of dopamine as well. But after a few months of no contact, you will likely find yourself starting to feel more stable, at peace, and calm. If you cannot go completely no contact because of children, shared property, or whatever other circumstances that may be keeping you bound to this person, you can still go minimal contact. Have someone such as a third party or a buffer to go with you, a witness, things like that. Number 4, focus on healthy bonds. If you suffer from attachment trauma, you may have a long history of unstable relationships. In order to learn to attach in a healthier way, you need to focus on creating safe and healthy bonds with others. This can be anything from seeing a therapist regularly to attending a support group for survivors to joining, a spiritual community. For those of you that are religious, you can join a religious community, make more healthy friendships, etc. So if you're having a hard time relating to others after a traumatic relationship, you can start small by going to therapy, getting a pet, a support dog, volunteering, or some other activity that creates a connection in a low pressure environment. And for some of us, that may be, getting creative, making music, writing, and the list goes on. Number 5, challenge yourself to do new things. Now, this is all about breaking toxic habits and establishing new ones. Now, as we said, it takes at least 21 days to break a habit and at least 21 days to establish a new one. So within the first month, it'll be the toughest. But once you get over that initial hump through that entire first month, it'll get a lot easier, right? So when you're breaking a trauma bond, you're fighting obsessive thoughts about your abuser. A great way to help yourself break out of this pattern is to start doing new things. Take a class, go on a trip, join a meetup group, or do anything else that interests you. Change the scenery. Some of you guys may need to just get out, even if that's going to the park nearby or whatever you have, at your disposal. This will help you build self-confidence, help your brain create new neural pathways, and help you stop obsessing about your abuser while your body and mind are detoxing from the relationship. And last but not least, number 6, take a break from dating. Now, for some of us, it may take at least a year. For some of us, 6 months or more. However long it takes you, be patient with yourself and be gentle, okay? While you may feel debilitating loneliness after leaving a toxic relationship, it is not a good idea to jump back into dating. You'll be more vulnerable while you're healing, and you're likely to attract another abuser. Don't start downloading dating apps, and start doing things to make you feel more connected to others in a more platonic way. Go and volunteer, take a class, go out with friends, or anything else that creates a feeling of safe connection, harmony, and fulfillment. Okay, save the dating for when you're feeling more strong and healed, and when you have more of an idea of your boundaries, your standards, and what you want out of a partner. Now, breaking a trauma bond can be one of the most difficult things you can ever do, but such is life. What's worth having won't be easy, right? However, the freedom on the other side is worth it. Use this time of healing to delve into and heal your childhood wounds. Healing yourself is the best protection against falling into another abusive relationship in the future. Now, with that being said, you guys, be sure to share these messages. I'd really appreciate it. I know I've been gone for a little bit, and so a lot of people may not know that I'm live. So guys, please hit that like button if you're ready for these messages, and share these messages as well. Now, thank you so much to you guys in the comment section. Thank you so much, by the way, my sugar. Shout out to my sponsors as well. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. She says, love you, Lotus. Come through, boo. We still love you, and your messages are mad important. Thank you so much, my sugar. It is a pleasure. Good to see you too, Crypto. I'm glad you caught me too, Black Elephant. Wow. I just saw your message. It's been a busy, busy day, but I will get back to you as soon as possible. Hey, Shishi in India. Can this be reversed with magic? I'm trying to break the cycle of emotional and financial abuse. I want healthy love and passion. Yes, India, it can. And if you would like assistance with that, I'd be more than happy to help you. Please do check out my Etsy shop. I'll link it here in the chat box. And for those of you that would also like to inquire my services, such as spell work and private readings, please do check out my Etsy shop linked in the description box below. Okay. Now, thank you guys so much. To those of you that have reached out to me in the video I did last night, I really appreciate all of your kind comments. It really means the world to me. And with that being said, you guys, let's get into these messages. Gods and goddesses, what messages do you have for the collective currently? And what is the best advice for the collective to navigate through these energies? Thank you so much. Now, guys, when I tell you I've been hearing crows over the past 3 days, okay? Your girl actually counted them. And I shit you not, I heard these crows caw over 100 times over the span of 3 days. Now, as stated before, the symbolism for this particular spirit animal represents death. Some of you guys could be dealing with Scorpio or have Scorpio somewhere in your chart where this energy is evident. I also see that with the representation of death symbolically, this can represent transformation. A lot of us are transforming ourselves, transforming our lives, and that takes time. It's a slow process, and it's a very painful process as well, but we are getting through it nonetheless. And with the whole literal aspect of death, you know, I've been seeing a lot more violence increase. Again, not just in my area, but throughout the world, throughout the globe. You know, as stated before, with the anxiety, the fears, the depression, the sadness, the loneliness, the isolation, the stress. Okay. And even those of us that are still involved in toxic relationships or still, you know, in the vicious cycle of toxic habits, these things are starting to come to a head and things are starting to ramp up. A lot of people are acting out in adverse ways. The more pressure that's being placed on us all, especially with, you know, the second wave and everyone's, you know, fearful about that. You know, a lot of people are dealing with financial issues at this time. It's just a crisis. There's a crisis in all of our lives. And it's not just, you know, in reference to, you know, this pandemic or pandemic, should I say, that we're currently dealing with. There's a lot more than meets the eye. And there's we've only been scratching the surface, you guys. And I've been wanting to touch on this for the past couple of weeks because I've been feeling the pressure myself. It's like an immense weight upon my shoulders, you guys. And hello, James. I almost missed you. Hey, everybody. So glad that you guys could catch me. I'm going to get into this. Let's go ahead and cut the deck because I feel like danger, imminent danger, is approaching. And that's not to fear monger or anything like that. That's just to make you more aware of what's to come. Because like I said before about the increase in demonic activity, we have to be careful who we're talking to, because if we're associating ourselves with abusers, users, predators, we will end up prey if we're not careful. Okay. And I'm glad that I had my own revelation during my time of intense shadow work and multiple dark nights of the soul. But a lot of us as a collective are in some way dealing with the same experience, especially to those of you that are working on ascending, to those of you that have already awakened and you're already moving forward and progressing along your journey of the awakening process. Light workers, especially, we've been getting hit the hardest. And this is why I've been resting a lot more, feeling a lot more drained. I feel like not only is it, you know, external influences such as people doing black magic, people sending psychic attack, you know, people that we know and even people we don't know, people on the internet, all of these different things are coming at us every which way. And so with awareness and with more education on how to work through these energies, we will be able to be victorious over our enemies. But we have to really be honest with ourselves. And we have to look at our relationships, our environment, our habits through the magnifying glass. Now, There are those of us that have taken the time during lockdown, since this pandemic has been happening. We've been taking the time to get creative. A lot of you guys have been working on music, writing more, painting, drawing. There are those of you who have decided to go back to school. You're feeling a lot more inspired. You have so much to give, so many ideas. And I really feel like we're starting to embrace our more free-spirited aspect of ourselves. Some of you guys could be messaging a fire sign or receiving a message from the sign. Okay, and they could also have it somewhere in their chart as well. And I feel like there's a lot of passion. But see, with a knave, especially the Knave of Wands, they lack the maturity to establish anything deeper than a lustful connection. Now, that's not to say that the person is a bad person, but the Knight of Wands is not the type, or should I say the Knave of Wands? Excuse me. That's interesting that I'm thinking of the Knight of Wands. There could be a female and a male fire sign that you guys could be dealing with currently where, you know, the maturity level's not there. It could be someone older who acts younger, or someone that has children. But the energy that they're embodying is non-committal energy. It's more of a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am type of situation, right? Three of Cups reversed. Now, this speaks volumes to me. There seems to be a lot of people that we are surrounded by who call themselves our friends, but they do not celebrate our successes. And whenever we're happy, it seems that more often than not, these supposed friends try to tear you down or try to sabotage your happiness, try to sabotage your plans. There could be 3 people or more who we've decided to turn down for that very reason. And we're putting our attention on creating, learning new things, finally getting to that to-do list that's been sitting and collecting dust, right? Now, bottom of the deck, it's the overall energy. And you know what? Before we touch on that, let me lay this out because I'm about to go in, y'all. Thank you to those of you that have shared. Thank you to those of you that have liked. I appreciate the love and support. Because, wow. I mean, we have the 7 of Swords reversed in the recent past. Wow. The 8 of Cups reversed in the near future. Oh my gosh. Wow. You know what? Let's take a look at this, you guys. Let's get into it. Because this is crazy. All right. Currently, we're the Fool, okay? We're starting over. We're taking a leap of faith. Into the unknown. And we're not harboring any fears. We're just looking forward to the future with a sense of hope. And a lot of us are doing that on our own. Some of us could quite literally be packing their bags and leaving. Because in the past, we've dealt with liars, cheaters, thieves, fakes, and snakes. And the guilt is unreal. Some of us who are healing from a trauma bond may be feeling this sense of guilt. And when it comes to those of us that are empaths, we may be picking up on other people that we have cut off. We may be picking up on their sense of guilt that they're trying to hide. Their guilt from all of the lies that they told us. Our abusers are, in fact, trying to run from the shame, from exposure. A lot of us have realized that people within our family, friends, and everybody in between has tried to distract us or deter us from building something here, whether that's building a family, building a home, building a new career. For the entrepreneurs out there, building a business, building a brand. And with all of these distractions, it's made you feel as though you don't want to make an effort anymore, not only with them, but especially to the people within your family. Some of us are dealing with procrastination. And a lot of us don't realize that procrastination stems from deep-seated insecurities that may have been planted within our minds and our hearts in childhood. So as a result, we become perfectionists. And the reality of it is nobody can attain the unrealistic standard of perfection. And we know this. But whether it's fear of failure or fear of success or a combination of the two, it's stopped us from making an effort in continuing to build our empire here. It could even be the fears, doubts, and insecurities of others that we've been surrounded by that's deterred us from making an effort. Somebody's heartbroken. Wow. Somebody is heartbroken. There's going to be some tears shed here. I feel like a lot of the people in our lives have done things and said things that can't be forgiven. They can't redeem themselves. They didn't even burn the bridge. They blew that bitch up. Straight up. And somebody's very guilty about it because we ended up having to walk away. A lot of us got tired of dealing with people that weren't making as much of an effort as we have over the years. And a lot of people are starting to feel guilty about that, because now that we are moving forward and now that we've moved on, you know what they always say, you don't know what you got until it's gone. A lot of us are definitely speaking our truth, you guys. We're very observant of what's being said, even to what's not being said. We are seeking assistance, whether that's through lawyers, finding legal assistance to get said justice. A lot of us could be getting some news as well. And it is a plug, crypto. I'm sorry, but no free advertising on here. I worked too hard to get to where I'm at. Sorry. But this right here, whatever news is coming in, whatever truth that's been revealed, and by us speaking our truth, standing up for what's right, standing up for our beliefs, we've decided to cut ties with everybody, for the majority of us. And in doing so, we've avoided a disaster here. Somebody's losing the legal battle, you guys. We're not going to be on the losing end of this legal battle, but there's an informant. Somebody is a spy. Somebody is trying to get information. So be wary of people online. Be careful what emails you're opening, even text messages and phone calls. Because right now, people are trying to take advantage of people's desperation, especially now. And there seems to be a lot of things, especially regarding those in a government, position, or somebody that's a lawyer, somebody that's involved with the court, judges, things of that nature. A lot of unscrupulous deeds will be revealed. And some of us will be hearing about it in the news. Some of you guys could be studying. Maybe you guys are looking into, things going on regarding politics, things going on, within the church, even. To those of you that are religious, a lot of us are finding out that a lot of unscrupulous deeds have been going on in the church. The Pope specifically, there's something in the news that will come out or has already come out in regards to some nasty and immoral things going on within government, within the church, even within our own family, within the workplace, within law enforcement. A lot of us are avoiding a disaster because we've taken that leap of faith. We're tired of the one-sided relationships. I saw that Six of Pentacles reversed underneath these two cards I just had up, with the with the Hierophant reversed and the Tower reversed, right? And so far, the signs that I've seen, you guys, aside the fire we already mentioned, I see air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and now Taurus with that Hierophant. Some of us could be dealing with the Sagittarius, specifically for those dealing with a fire sign, a male and a female Sagittarius for some of us. And this person is not emotionally stable at all. This is someone that's a sex addict, Maybe they like a lot of depraved pornography. Maybe they're addicted to porn, addicted to substances. They literally, I see a lot of ego that's gone unchecked for too long. And I feel like now we're putting our foot down once and for all. We're turning down a new beginning with a lot of people here. Some of us may have turned down a job offer. Maybe someone DM'd us and said, hey, I have an opportunity, for you to do this, this, and this. And just something didn't feel right in your spirit. So you were like, you know what? All money's not good money. So don't call me, I'll call you. And then you never call. Well, the advice is, watch not only your spending habits, but watch the behavior of those within your family. For those of you that are still working, those that you work with, friends, and everybody. Watch how they respond when either you need help, when you're down and out. A lot of people have left us out in the cold. And a lot of people are showing their true colors, especially now. There could have been some sort of illness within the family. Some of you guys are having to pay for that. Maybe you guys are having to pay for, alimony regarding divorce. Maybe you're paying for legal fees and all of that good stuff regarding the divorce. I see custody battles. I see all kinds of legal issues that some of us are going through. Some of us are hoping to release ourselves, whether that is from our mental prison or quite literally, release ourselves from a toxic environment or a toxic relationship. But a lot of us are fearful of doing so. Fearing the unknown. But I see a lot of 8s in this reading, you guys. And the more that we keep to ourselves, watch our spending habits, don't, hold on to what you have now, because there's going to be some unexpected expenses that will come about. And you're going to need all you can get. But see, the good news is all's well that ends well. Okay, we have the 4 of Wands now as the outcome. We are manifesting good fortune. The tables have turned. And to those of us that have decided to set ourselves free, we start to see we're more fortunate. We manifest more blessings, more opportunities, healthier relationships. We start to see stability within our home, within our relationships. Or should I say new relationships? Someone may be feeling guilty about wanting to leave. But everybody involved knows that it's time. actions speak louder than words. And there seems to be a lot of people here, you guys, where their words haven't matched their actions for a very long time. Yeah, see, I think a lot of us have closed the door. Some of us are closing an account here, or there's a case that's been closed. There could be a situation for some of you where somebody's out on bond or trying to get out on bond. Maybe someone's going to end up, for those of you dealing with more extreme cases where informants are involved, somebody's going to end up turning on those that they supposedly called their friends. And this came out again. And they're going to give all the secrets away. Okay, they're going to be singing like a canary girl. And if we don't use discernment and recognize a snake for what it is, it's definitely going to reach out and bite you. Show me the Seven of Swords reversed. The Lovers reversed. So I see some Gemini energy. Some of you guys may be dealing with that sign specifically. We have more fire energy coming out again. See? And for those of you dealing with, a friend here, I feel like this person is very friendly, very creative, passionate. But I feel like even though this person is very friendly and open, they still have their hand up. So as to say, I'm nice, but you better look both ways before you cross me, bitch. Because this energy here, the more that we cultivate self-love, the more we increase our confidence, our magnetism, our charisma. This is what we're focusing on for the majority of us. For those of us still dealing with the guilt of leaving behind family members that are toxic and friends that are toxic that you may have known for 10 plus years, you're gonna have to do away with that guilt, because at the end of the day, you only got one life to live. So why waste it on people that you've grown apart from? Why waste it on people that are toxic, liars, cheaters, thieves? Somebody's definitely a sex addict here, you guys. Somebody definitely found out about cheating. And while somebody wasn't making a choice, trying to juggle the two, without, just trying to have their cake and eat it too, now the end result is they end up losing it all while trying to have it all, right? Show me the Fool. Two of Swords reversed. The Hierophant reverse came out again, and the Six of Pentacles reversed. See, now I've mentioned that earlier about one-sided relationships. Some of us could be, dealing with debt collectors. Be careful about scam artists trying to collect debts as well. Do your research, you guys. Especially when it comes to stimulus money. There still seems to be a lack of resolution with that. The government's in debt, massive debt. And I think right now that's starting to come out, or a lot of us may already be aware of this, some of us may not. But yeah, that's starting to come out in the wash. That could be part of the reason why a lot of us are not seeing any movement in regards to stimulus money, unemployment, things of that nature. There are a lot of powers within government, within law, and in general, that has gone unchecked for a very long time. And now I feel like judgment is here. Listen to your inner voice, you guys. If you feel like you should go back home, You know, maybe you decided to go out, or maybe you made plans to go out or to see someone or to have someone come over or whatever. If you start getting a feeling in your gut that something's off, something's not right, you can't quite put your finger on it. Maybe the person is saying all the right things and, everything is great, but your gut is feeling like it has butterflies in it and you're not understanding why. Anxious, you're feeling anxious. You're feeling like impending doom is approaching. Listen to that. If you feel like somebody is lying, but you don't necessarily have proof, still trust your intuition. I wouldn't say confront the person per se until you have adequate proof and evidence. But even if you don't, if you know that a situation is toxic, that should be all of the evidence that you need to leave. Because a lot of secrets are being kept and they will come out if they haven't already. Somebody's dealing with a situation here where they can't move around. Maybe somebody missed a court date. Now they have to go to jail. Something's going on. Somebody's on the run. Somebody is a fugitive. Be careful who you're talking to, you guys. Somebody may knock on your door or somebody may ask for your help, with something. It could even be people that you know or have known for years, and they're in a desperate situation. They try to do you, and not in a good way. Be careful. Show me the Eight of Pentacles. Thank you so much, Brandy. Brandy says, love you. Please don't be gone too long, sweetie. We need. Yes, ma'am. Show me the Eight of Pentacles. So there's a lot of temptation, you guys. The devil's in the cards. All right. Quite literally. A lot of us are still involved in a karmic situation, toxic situations. Didn't we just get through talking about toxic relationships and trauma bonds? Oh, no. Hell no. People that are drug addicts. Be careful with sex addicts, drug addicts, porn addicts, because you don't know what they got going on behind closed doors. You don't know what they have going on inside of their minds, especially to those dealing with drug addicts, especially, and sex addicts, especially. People with tempers, people with ego issues, people that are greedy, materialistic, lustful. And you just feel so drawn to them for some reason. You better not let yourself become a moth going to the flame. Because just like Satan himself, he doesn't show up as is. He shows up as everything that you ever wanted. He shows up as an angel of light, peace and love, love and light. And I know I say peace and love on this channel, baby. But a lot of you can tell my energy is legitimate, okay? But be careful of those preaching peace and love, but then they don't abide by that. They don't live according to that principle. Avoid arguments, you guys. The more we continue to avoid people trying to goad you into arguments, to drain your energy, to make you angry, and to stay hyper-focused on your goals, that's where you start to see the Four of Wands. That's where you start to see your blessings start to flood in. When you cut off toxic people, places, and things, and especially toxic habits, you will start to see the world open up. Eight of Pentacles. Hey. Derek says, yes, that is so true. Amen. Thank you. Glad you can catch us. Show me the Eight of Cups reversed. So we have the Queen of Wands and the Four of Cups. See, you guys, now didn't I just say if we keep to ourselves and cultivate self-love, focus on, our goals, for those of you in school, for those of you that are artists, business owners, Continue to cultivate self-love. Make the decisions you know you need to make regarding some of these toxic people, toxic habits, especially the people in the family, living situations, and all of the above, you guys. The more that we focus on that, our goals, what fulfills us emotionally, we will start to regain our confidence and build upon that confidence. We just have to stay consistent. A lot of us have not been consistent because we've allowed other people or other things to distract us. We've allowed fear to deter us. Wow, Ten of Swords. So somebody has tried to definitely do, a binding spell, or tried to do, voodoo dolls, or tried to steal something of yours to, manipulate you in some way. But let me just say this today: return negative energy back to sender 100-fold. Now, to those of you that don't understand why I'm saying this, especially to my new viewers, I did a big spell, a reversal spell, okay, where I said, return negative energy back to sender 100-fold. And everyone that chanted out loud with me when I did that video, a couple of months back, they saw results, and I'm seeing results. The world is seeing results. Now, that's not to say that I'm the one that, I'm changing the world. I'm not a megalomaniac. But by our choices, by our actions, that influences other people around us and in our lives more than you realize. So if you're hiding stuff, if you're lying, cheating, stealing, not only will you face your own karma and repercussions for those things, but those around you have to suffer the consequences for your choices and behavior. See, that's why people say, be the change you wish to see in the world. Because you can't change anybody else but yourself. And the only thing that you can do by changing yourself is lead by example. But you have to be consistent, right? Show me the Knave of Swords. Hello, Donna. Hi, Christy. Welcome. 100-fold. Yes. Donna says, hi, my beautiful Lotus. I came in just in time to hear this. It was for me. I'm missing underwear that I hung up on a line outside. Yeah, see, no. No. No, ma'am. Baby, if you need to contact me, if you need help regarding reversal spells and things like that, I'd be able to help you. I'd be more than happy to. Just check the link in the description box below. Okay? Go to my Etsy shop, or you can go to the old side, whichever you want to do. Knave of Swords. And guys, by the way, if you guys would like to purchase the mask that I'm wearing in the thumbnail, you guys can check the merch site below by Xing out of the chat box. And you can see underneath this video here, all of the items that I currently have for sale. So this restlessness that we're dealing with currently, you guys, we're restless because some of us are still indecisive. A lot of us got a lot of truths about a lot of people all at once. And it's a bit overwhelming, which is understandable, especially to the empaths. You're already dealing with, picking up on the energies of the world around you. You're dealing with your own healing process and ascension process. And now it's compounded with all of this extra. And for those of you in need of spiritual baths, maybe you guys feel like, you're dealing with dark energies, black magic, things of that nature. Don't hesitate to reach out to me, because I do offer spiritual bath kits, and it's very powerful. For those of you that wish to inquire my services in regards to spell work, those automatically come with a spiritual bath. Because every time I see the Four of Cups, I think of spiritual baths, meditation, going within, quiet contemplation. See, some of us need to have silence. A lot of us are constantly bombarded by talking, bombarded by, the TV, the cell phone, you're outside and you're listening to the hustle and bustling of the city and all that extra stuff. You need to take some time every day, at least 15 minutes a day, for complete silence. And you'll be able to figure out the best way to go about healing yourself. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, I like seeing her. Hey, Ben. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Okay. This person is very beautiful. They're abundant. They're stable. They're very nurturing. This is the type of person that's like, if I got it, you got it. But be careful not to be like that with the wrong people, you guys. And I think a lot of us are starting to realize that, yeah, we've been doing that with a lot of the wrong people. Show me the Ace of Pentacles reversed. That Derek says, that is so true. I love your energy, Queen Lotus. It's Mistress Lotus, or AKA Goddess Lotus. But thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. Donna says, yes, oh my God, thank you. I do need your help. I'd be happy to help, sweetie. Don't forget to check the info in the description box below. Three of Cups reversed came back out again, you guys. Wow. Yeah, somebody was doing some cheating. Somebody had a third party. Somebody found out about it. I mean, we've already established that, you guys, but it's just like it keeps coming out. Somebody stepped outside of their relationship and knew what they were doing. They said a whole bunch of lies, tried to keep both of their choices or however many choices they had, separate from each other, but they couldn't because they couldn't keep up with their own lies. The guilt was starting to get to them. It was starting to show in their actions or lack thereof. So we decided, you know what? I don't have time for this. I know my worth. Show me the Five of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so guys, don't let loneliness drive you to impulsively go back to someone or allow someone back into your life that you know is toxic, whether that's exes, friends, or family, because they will indeed block your blessings. Listen to your intuition. You may not have proof that somebody's cheating or lying or stealing, but you know that something's missing. If you are dealing with thieves, you know that somebody is smelling like perfume, got lipstick on their collar, panties that's not yours. You see the evidence there. Or maybe you see some texts or phone calls, or they're always going in the bathroom to take the phone call, or, their lies are not they're not lining up the way that they were, last week and the week before. I mean, you know when somebody is trying to pull the wool over your eyes. And a lot of us may not want to know because we've invested so much time, effort, energy, love on certain people, but they got to go. Let me just put it like this, you guys. The Wheel of Fortune is right here. Things will go in your favor for sure, you guys, as long as you complete the cycle with all karmic relationships, with all toxic habits, people, places, and things. If you keep those things in your life, you're only going to delay your progress and block your blessings further. Show me the Temperance reversed. Yep, Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords reversed now. So somebody could be confused as to why we're not talking to them, or maybe they're angry at the fact that we're not dealing with them anymore. Maybe we've given people so many damn chances and they've screwed up every damn time. And it just got to the point to where it's like, there's nothing left to rebuild here. I'm never going to see these people in the same light again. They've said and done too many things beyond repair. It's irreparable. So the only thing that you can do is leave it. And if you're dealing with abuse, that's even more of a reason to leave. There are a lot of people thinking about us, reminiscing us. A lot of people looking at old pictures, old messages from us, from years ago. And, they're just regretting a lot. They miss our presence. See, they didn't appreciate our presence at the time, but now we're making them miss us with our absence. And that's their own fault. And they know it. Show me the Eight of Swords reversed. Oh, wow. Okay, so Two of Pentacles reversed and the Five of Swords reversed. Wow. Yeah. Definite betrayal, you guys. We've dealt with betrayal from our family first, and then we started seeing betrayal from our friends, from our romantic entanglements, and it's just a lot of us have to start over. Simple and plain. There's a lot of resentment and bitterness here, whether it's on your end, or from the people that we're no longer speaking with, or the combination of the two, you guys. But there's too much resentment, that's been built up over the years, and it's time to release ourselves. There's been a lot of conflicts, arguments, battles, especially, custody battles, court cases, where we've seen the ugliest sides of people, even arguments within the home, arguments within a committed relationship where we're living together, or arguments, amongst family members and things of that nature. There have been a lot of things said and done that gave us no other choice but to walk away. If we have self-respect and dignity, that is. If we're aware of, what a trauma bond is, even. Some of us may not even know what that is. But upon educating yourself, it'll open your eyes in ways that you wouldn't even believe. Four of Wands. Wow. King of Pentacles reversed, the Seven of Cups, and the Chariot. Now, let me just say this, you guys. I see Cancer energy coming out. I see Aquarius. I see Scorpio again, Leo and Taurus energy again. Pisces. Wow. Everybody is here, you guys. Yeah, it's everybody, or most of the people we're surrounded by. And by us deciding to move forward and to keep to ourselves, never to return again, therein lies where our victory comes in. Therein lies the key to our success and being able to be triumphant in the face of our enemies. Because they are watching. Some of them may be blocked, but they made another profile just to see what you're doing. A lot of us have a lot of choices in life, and it doesn't necessarily have to be choices in love interests, choices in friends. It could be choices in business, choices in life path, choices in career. Whatever choices you're presented with, do your research, take your time, move slowly, especially when it comes to romantic offers here. Everybody's showing their best face in the beginning, but give it time, and they'll be showing their behind just as quick. Okay? There could be a lot of confusion, you guys. A lot of confusion on who to pick. What is the right path? What is the best choice? But deep down, But whoever this is, you guys, this male earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or somebody within your family who is a male, who is very abusive. This person could be financially abusive. They'll steal your money, take money out of your purse. They're physically abusive. They don't have any money. They don't have their own place to stay. They don't even have a car. They don't have anything. This person has the nerve to be controlling. They want to have the nerve to try and control the people around them, telling everybody what to do when they don't have shit to tell anybody anything. They don't even have a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of. And they're over here just running the mouth, trying to tell you what to do and not to do. I'll be damned, because I know you effing lying. Show me the King of Pentacles reversed. The Knave of Wands came out again. Wow. Some of you guys could be dealing with a fire sign who has earth in their chart, or an earth sign who has fire in their chart, you guys, where this energy is definitely evident. This abusive energy, somebody's real immature, they're flighty. When things get hard, they don't want to stick it out. They don't want to work on things. They never want to have an adult conversation. But here we are sitting pretty. We have our place. We have, means of transportation. We have money, but we're not blowing it like this person over here. We're not seeking other people to use for financial gain like this person is. We're not staying in relationships to leech. This is a leech. Oh, I'll just be your friend because you got money, or, oh, they're trying to control you to get something out of you, you guys. Show me the Knave of Wands. Yes, it can be a Gemini. I see air energy in here. And earlier, I did see that sign specifically come out. The Knight of Cups. Now, this energy here, I like this. This is a water sign, specifically a male. Okay, now, some of you guys could be dealing with this sign, specifically, or you are a Scorpio and you may have a new love interest. This person is coming in, you guys. This person may be showering you with gifts. This person may be, sending you poetry, sending you flowers, asking you out on a date, things of that nature. He's genuine in wanting to establish a real connection. He's taking action when he says he's going to do something. He doesn't say, hey, I'm going to call you and then never call. He doesn't say, hey, let's go out on this day and then never show up. This is the person that follows through on what the hell they say they're going to do. Okay. Knave of Pentacles. Let's go ahead and put that down. You guys are making money. Those of you in school, don't let anybody distract you. Don't let anybody deter you from what you're doing. If you want to change careers, do it. If you're not happy in your current position, do it, because there's a lot of unscrupulous deeds going on behind the scenes within the workplace as well. Some of you guys could be dealing with an abusive boss. Some of you guys could have kids with somebody who's abusive. Some of you guys could just be dealing with people that see that you're making a lot of money. Remember back with that Queen of Pentacles, they see that you're abundant. Abundant. They see you're nurturing. They see that you're very giving, but you start to see that there's a lack of reciprocity, and they're trying to manipulate your mind and control you and to make you think that you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about, so they can manipulate you easier, so they can break down your confidence, so they can incite insecurity and make you have low self-esteem, so they can control you and manipulate you and take all your money and, take what you got. Show me the Knave of Pentacles. Knave of Cups reverse. Now, I see someone here, okay? It could be a female water sign specifically for some of you guys, where, it could be someone younger, someone older than you that acts really immature. This person, they're not confessing their true feelings. They're not opening up, and it's blocking them off. When it comes to making an offering of love, you have to be open and honest with your partner. You shouldn't hide things from them or, withhold information, because withholding certain information is a form of lying, believe it or not. And there's somebody that's not really expressing how they truly feel. And that's been causing a lot of issues as well. So just be wary of that, you guys. They may try to blame you for things that have nothing to do with you, or, they try and blame you for things that they know that they themselves are doing. Maybe they expect you to read their mind, and nobody's a mind reader, even though I'm a medium, a psychic, clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, and the list goes on, and telepathic. I can astral project, blah, 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 all right? Even with all of that, I can't necessarily read minds. This type of person would do well with learning that holding everything all in all the time, just for the sake of trying to come off as though you're being positive, is actually called toxic positivity. That's not realistic. Everybody's not happy all day, every day. Everybody's not happy all day, all the time. And everyone has a right to feel the way that they feel, as long as they're not dwelling in, the heavier emotions such as anger, sadness, frustration. The list goes on. We're human. We're going to feel those emotions. But it's up to you how you work through those energies. Are you going to take the lessons from the losses, or are you going to dwell in them? See, this person would do well with understanding that, not telling somebody how you really feel is a form of lying, and not telling someone how you really feel or what's really going on in your life or what's really, what you really want to say. That's a level of deceit that can sabotage a relationship. And somebody's going to end up blowing up because they're not realizing that suppressing everything all the time, not speaking their truth, not being honest is only making matters worse. Show me the Knave of Cups reversed. The Sun, the King of Cups reversed, and the Death card. Ooh, this one's about to sting. I already know whoever's about to hear this is about to sting. Scorpio energy, Pisces and Cancer energy, you guys. This person is not, this person is, they have a really hard time expressing their emotions. They hide their emotions. So if they're hurt about something, if they're angry about something, jealous about something, they won't tell you, but you can feel it. And that shit needs to stop. This person needs to get in touch with their emotions and figure out what's really going on, and to be able to learn to express those things openly, honestly, and diplomatically. Because the fact that somebody has been hiding their emotions, acting like they don't care, or maybe they genuinely don't care. Maybe they don't have the capacity to love. Maybe they're doing so. I see emotional abuse as well. Somebody is not saying how they truly feel and then acting out, and then it leaves the other person wondering, well, is it my fault? Did I do this? Did I do that? And this person knows damn well that there's something else going on, but they're not going to tell you. So we've decided to end that because we don't have time. We don't have time for the foolishness. We don't have time for the game playing. Okay? We've been through way too much to deal with more of the same. High Priestess reversed. See? Listen to your inner voice. If they're saying all the right things, but something is feeling off, and it's because they're not really being completely honest and open with you. While you've been 100% open, they've only been not even 50% open. That's a problem. That's called an imbalanced relationship. It's toxic. And it can't be sustained. That's why we're ending it with that Death card. There could be a situation where there may be a death in the family. And I'm not trying to say that harshly at all, but, there's a situation here where, people are worried about money rather than other family members. So they're pitting people against each other in the family because they're more focused on money than they are about the emotional well-being of themselves and their family members regarding the passing. Somebody's doing a lot of drinking. Somebody's definitely doing a lot of drug use, and they could be masking their emotions through these means, through drinking, drug use, the list goes on. Maybe they could be addicted to porn or sex, as mentioned before, addicted to video games, the list goes on. But I'm going to tell you like this, Queen of Cups, Pisces, Moon in this bitch, and Scorpio, Pluto in this bitch. Okay? And Virgo rising in Capricorn, Sun with that Queen of Pentacles upright. Okay? Oh, I'm good. I know I'm good. But these other people outside of me that's watching me glow up and continue to glow up, they're the ones on the sidelines hating and angry and bitter and resentful and guilty because they messed up a good thing. And we intuitively know what's going on. Listen to your intuition. Once again, I'm going to say it one more time. Listen to your intuition, because that could save your life. I've noticed a lot of, stories on Crime Watch Daily where it's always the same song and dance. This person said that they weren't feeling right. I didn't want to go, or maybe I shouldn't go. Something feels off. But then they went anyway and unfortunately ended up losing their life. Listen to your intuition, because it could save your life. Seriously. when you're dealing with abuse and toxic people, toxic habits, and toxic places, your inner compass is your intuition. And the only way to break free from your trauma bond and from these toxic people, places, things, and habits is to focus on you and your healing, and that alone. Don't allow anyone to distract you. And don't allow anyone to make you feel guilty for choosing yourself. Because a lot of these people will try to make you feel guilty. They'll try to make you feel crazy. They'll try to act like they didn't say or do the things that you know damn well that they said and did. Okay. And that's called gaslighting. Don't let them do it. The reason why they're doing that is because they want to knock you off balance. They're trying to destroy your self-esteem. They want you to be easily manipulated so they can get everything that you have. Again, listen to your intuition, because it could just save your life. That's in more extreme cases, but that is a life lesson that a lot of us need to take with us. Now I want to see something, you guys. I want to see the shadow messages for each sign that I've called out, okay? And I want to see what their shadow selves have to say. Hey, mama. Hey, girl. What are you doing? My baby. All right, guys and goddesses, please show me the shadow messages for each suit that I call out. Thank you so much. Please show me show me the King of Cups reversed. Thank you so much, Donna. She says, you are good. Thank you, girl. I tell myself you don't mean that much. See what I just said about somebody trying to act like they don't care, but they do? I'm waiting for an apology. I think we're waiting for an apology from this person. Emotionally abusive. They want to manipulate your emotions. So you're, again, easily manipulated. But we know the truth. All right. It's clear as day. King of Cups reversed again. Thank you for leaving me. I've been struggling lately. Wow. This is too on point. I've been here before with others. Wow. So to the person that's emotionally abusive, they're trying to make you jealous on social media with a third party, or maybe you found out about a third party with this particular person, or maybe this person was just, again, withholding their emotions and then, having the nerve to get mad at you for not being able to identify what the real problem is. It's because they're not saying anything. So they know that they're actively not telling you, but then they have the nerve to try and act like, they're justified in being mad at you for that. No. See, they're struggling. They're struggling with the guilt, you guys. They're struggling badly. And they've done this before to a lot of other people. So please don't blame yourself for any emotional abuse you've dealt with in the family or anywhere else in your life, because it's not your fault. Show me the Queen of Wands. I hope I will see you again sometime. This could be a motherly figure, or, this could be a friend again. I took the easy way out. A lot of us decided, you know what? This was more trouble than it's worth. I'm going to leave this alone, especially concerning female friends to the females out there. But I also see regarding, it could be a fire sign female specifically for some of you, but as stated before, all the signs are in here. It could be somebody within your family. But at that moment, I just didn't care. So see, I think that we've reached a point where we didn't care anymore because we've cared for so long with nothing to show for it, with, the lack of reciprocity, reciprocity we noticed from certain people. We don't want to feel that way again. We don't want to keep giving to people and getting nothing back. Show me the Knave of Swords. I wish you would come back. There's an air sign that wants us to come back, you guys, but it's because they don't know how to let us go, you know, or maybe they just don't. They don't know. They don't know what to do because they know that they were careless with the whole situation. Show me the Knave of Cups reversed. Wow. I couldn't tell you face to face. I took the easy way out. Wow. So a lot of us may have blocked multiple people here. And it's because we knew we couldn't say, hey, I'm done with you face to face. I also see that this particular water sign, especially to those dealing with the King of Cups reversed character, you know, they want you to know that they're sorry. They say, I'm sorry, but they couldn't tell you face to face. And they basically took the easy way out by stonewalling us, you know, by icing us out, not telling us how they truly feel and all the above. Show me the Knave of Pentacles. Can't talk today. Good God. Next time I will listen to my intuition. I need to focus on my healing. Now, didn't I just say listen to your intuition? Did I just say that? And focus on your own healing. Leaving you hurt me too. Now, to the person that said thank you for leaving me, it's gonna hurt because we decided to leave, but we know we needed to. And I think that everybody involved knew that that's what we needed to do as well, because whatever these people were doing to us, they knew that they weren't being fair at all. They knew that they did us wrong. They did us dirty, girl. Okay, slinging mud. Knave of Wands. You can't come where I'm going. You didn't imagine it. Wherever this person is going in life, whether it's nowhere fast or wherever else, be well advised to leave the fire sign, the water sign alone. Okay. I fear that you will reject me. See, this person is so immature. They can't communicate how they really feel. You know, they don't even try, you know. They want to do everything the easy way, not realizing that what's worth having won't be easy to attain. So whatever you got easily, you're not going to be fulfilled in the long run with that. But they made their bed, they might as well lie in it, right? They want to lay down with dogs, they might as well get their ass up with fleas, right? Oh well, but don't come around here bringing those fleas around here. Show me the Knight of Cups, you guys. I am not coming back. You did not break me. Yeah. And you know what? I think that a lot of us have decided we're not returning to this particular person. It could be a male water sign here. We're not returning to them. And we're saying you didn't break me because we're still moving forward, going about our merry way as planned. Yeah, it may hurt a little bit, especially, you know, whoever's saying I'm sorry. It looks like a lot of people are saying I'm sorry about something. But we're not broken. We're not a victim. King of Pentacles reversed. We have a choice in who we deal with, what we put up with, and what we won't put up with, and who we don't deal with, who we choose to entertain and who we don't entertain. That is all our choice. King of Pentacles reversed. So that's where we take our power back and get our control back, right? I never want to feel that way again. Yeah, we don't want to go through the same song and dance where we're getting cheated on, lied to, stolen from, used, abused, and the whole nine. Now, whoever this is, the King of Pentacles reverse, I fantasize about you. We are not right for each other. I fear that you will reject me. This person's all over the place. One minute they want you, one minute they don't because of their insecurities and fears. But they're still thinking about us. Although they may try to pretend that they're not thinking about us at all. Right? So, I believe I've made my point, you guys. That is the messages for today. Guys, stay strong. Go back and rewatch the playback because sometimes I got to go back and watch my own readings once or twice just to let it sink all the way in. But guys, be sure to check out the description box below. To those of you that would like to book a private reading, I am, in fact, taking readings. And to those of you that still wanted to inquire about my services regarding spell work, be sure to reach out to me as soon as possible. It'd be my pleasure to help you. And guys, in the comment section below, let me know if you guys would like to see me come back with monthlies. And if so, I will see how many of you are in favor of that idea, and I will bring those back consistently. Okay. Now I've noticed the views have been dropping off a little bit, and that could be due to the confusion of whether I am back, permanently or not. But I want you guys to know that I will still be taking my time with this channel. Just stay tuned. Check back with the channel, since some people don't get notifications when I go live. And it's not just a problem with my channel. It's a problem, across this entire platform. So guys, be sure to, come back and check out the channel, or go through your little subscriptions tab to see if I've uploaded anything new. Okay. But I have also an announcement really quick before I leave. I will be doing a giveaway. Okay. And this is going to be a big one, because I want it to be over the holidays. So there will be multiple. I want to do a giveaway for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year. Okay. So guys, drop in the comments below as well. And even to those of you in the chat, tell me what you would like to see. Free readings? Would you like jewelry, metaphysical jewelry, or would you like some Lotus Squad merch? Whatever it is that you would love to see, let me know, and I'd be happy to do that for you all. Now, with that being said, you guys, please do share these messages to those of you that have not done so, and thank you to those of you that have. And just as a side note regarding the giveaway, speaking of shares, the way to get your entry into the giveaway, you guys can become a member. You can pick the proper tier where it says you'll get automatic entry to all of my giveaways by clicking the join button below. Okay. And the other way as well, just because you're a member doesn't exclude you from this requirement, right? So becoming a member is one, and the standard to those that may not have the funds to do so: like, comment, and share. Now, for the zodiac readings, you guys, I want to start seeing more likes and more shares for those as well. And the sign with the most likes will start to be done first every single month. Okay. Now, if you guys would prefer weeklies, let me know in the comment section and in the chat below as well. And with that being said, you guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Keep your heads up, and I don't know if I'll see you tomorrow, you guys. I got some schoolwork to do. But if time permits, I'll get on. But just stay tuned. Check out the channel. Check out my IG. Matter of fact, let me put it right here. And you guys can follow me there to get updates when I go live, okay? So, love you all. Stay blessed, not stressed. Peace and love. It didn't even pop up. Bye.